Up next, we travel to Richmond, Virginia to visit IR Engraving. They create metal rolls used in various manufacturing processes to emboss and print materials for aesthetic and various texture applications. Their customers are companies that make some of the most common products that you encounter each and every day.
IR Engraving is an industrial manufacturing company. We supply cylinders, steel or copper-plated cylinders globally to customers that require either some sort of laydown of material or texture on their product.
You can have an engraving that's very intricate. Might be a leather engraving that goes inside of an automobile, or you can have something that would go into the medical industry. We manufacture rolls that help produce the IV bags that people are very familiar with in hospitals.
IR Engraving prides itself on being a full-service supplier to our customers for mainly engraving needs, but also product development, pattern development. We like to steal the old tagline from BASF from the 1990s, we don't make the products you buy, we make the products you buy better. So you'll not see anything out there on the shelf in retail with IR Engraving on it, but you'll see many of our customers' products that we've helped them make.
Sometimes the texture has a mechanical purpose. Sometimes the texture is more of a decorative, for a decorative type of application. You might have a material, a garage door, where you have to put a texture on the garage door. That texture, would come from our rolls. Anything that is out there in the marketplace with the texture would come from potentially one of our embossing rolls.
Yeah, one of the exciting parts of this job is we get to make some neat products or help customers make some neat products. For example, for over 15 years we've been putting on a food wrap pattern that helps in the properties of how it clings to your bowl. So again, that's not necessarily an aesthetic pattern, it's very functional. We've done jobs in the past where it's been metal embossing, and manufacturers like to certainly reduce the cost of raw materials in their process. And a way they can reduce the raw material of metal is they make it thinner. But when they make it thinner, it loses its strength. And one way to add strength to metal is to emboss it.
The process begins with design. IR Engraving's engineers consult with their clients to decide on the desired texture and usage of the roll. They then design the pattern to be transferred to the metal roll. Next, the blank roll is created. Rolls can be small in size or very large depending on the intended usage.
Well, the customer will specify what they need for a roll, whether it's a heat transfer roll or simply a embossing roll. Our engineers will specify what needs to be designed. They'll design it. Bill of materials will go to our purchasing department. They'll order the materials. Most of everything we buy is stock, cut to size. That'll come in, arrive. It'll go into incoming inspection. Then that material will go to our machine shop where the roll is then fabricated.
Once the blank roll has been constructed, it moves onto one of several paths within the facility to receive its pattern. The method of engraving is largely determined by the end user's requirements. Some methods create a finer, shallow effect, and some are capable of creating intricate 3D textures.
We have many different processes, so customers can come to us with an application and we're able to select the process that would work best to meet the requirements that they're looking for their application. We have lasers, we have laser ablation, we have different types of digital technology, whether it's printing in ink or whether it's electronically cutting, using a diamond into the roll. We can select what is the best process to fit your application.
Electromechanical engraving can only handle up to a few microns depth. It's a very shallow engraving. It's very precise and it's beautifully done, but it's only done on a copper-plated roll as well. With tool and die and mill engraved things like that, we can accommodate a much heavier, much deeper engraving.
One possible path is laser engraving. Lasers can be used to directly etch a design into the metal or used to burn away a pre-applied resist material before being dipped in an acid bath to etch the design.
Well, the lasers we use are not lasers that are going to be used when you go to the doctor and get your LASIK done. They're industrial lasers, CO2 and YAG lasers. They're used specifically for the purpose of removing rubber or hardened ebonite material.
Resist is a material that is applied to the metal in areas that will counteract the etching effect of the acid. Depending on the etching method used, resist is applied in various ways. After a roll has been etched, the resist is removed and the roll is thoroughly cleaned. The surface must be clear of all materials from the previous processes in order to enter the next stage, plating. IR Engraving can plate their rolls with many types of coatings to achieve various effects.
The coatings are very important, one to protect the engraving, but also to promote the longevity of the tool, as well as it has some properties in the customer's process, like release coatings. Quite often when you emboss a product, the product actually embeds into the roll, but you also want that product to be released from the roll so it can continue on in the process.
After the cleaning and plating process, the rolls are packaged up and shipped to the companies that make the products that you encounter every day. IR Engraving continues to thrive and grow, due in part to its tradesmen and specialists that possess the combination of skills needed to create its very unique products.
We have just a little over 100 employees. We've grown since 2016. We've added about 20% to our workforce. The types of people really varies. We have professionals, office professionals, sales, engineering, purchasing, but we also have a lot of skilled trades out in the shop floor. Some of the folks come in with those skills they already need, whether it be maintenance or machine shop personnel. But the engraving is an area that you really can't go out and place an ad out on Indeed or anywhere else and find someone who's got engraving experience. So that's really something that has to be taught. Someone needs to have an aptitude for it, but it just takes lots and lots of time, repetition, and practice.
IR Engraving continues to create and export products from Richmond, Virginia to manufacturing companies in every corner of the U.S. and the world. So, the next time you use a paper towel or ride in a vehicle with leather-textured interior, chances are you are seeing a product that was made possible by IR Engraving.
We have great pride being here in Virginia. It's a very friendly state to work in. From a physical geographic location here in the middle of the East Coast, it's very friendly for us from a competition standpoint of being able to ship to many places. Made in the USA is something we're proud of as well. If you walk through the shop, you'll see the American flag in several different spots. We put on our boxes not only our name, but made in the USA as well. So we're proud of our heritage of over 70 years here, and we plan on continuing for many more here in the beautiful state of Virginia.